What's up, Internet? It's a Thursday morning, and apparently they redid the graphics on the work fans. New business model? Okay, so I have to tint the back window on this F-150, but one of the comments that I've been getting lately is razor blades scratching windows, at least assumptions of it anyways, and also what is safe for back windows as far as scrub pads and steel wool. So, 1-inch razor blades obviously are safe for back windows if used properly. Now you can get blade holders for these, which minimizes the chance of actually scratching a back window, but if you know what you're doing, it's really easy to just scrape off a back window without actually scratching it, and that includes no hairline scratches, and it looks fine. Nothing happens. No problems. I'll show you how to do it. Also, I've got these scrub pads, these white ones, by 3M. I got them off of 44tools.com, and they're different than just your typical Brillo pads. They are just rough scrub pads, but these will not scratch windows. Usually ask Tinners or 44 Tools. They're more than happy to answer your questions as far as any sort of tool concerns, what will and will not scratch windows. So these are safe to use. Don't just go to the store and pick up some Brillo pads, Scotch-Brites, because those, for the most part, will scratch your back window. Now, as far as steel wool goes, I use anything from a double zero, double aught, steel wool, and finer. So that's triple aught, quadruple aught. I don't think it goes a lot finer than that. Now, the reason I stay away from steel wool is because it tends to break apart into tiny little pieces. So that's why I kind of prefer the scrub pads, because they hold together a lot better. You have to work a little bit harder with the scrub pads, these ones in particular, to get that extra glue off, but you know, in the long run, when it comes to keeping the window a little extra cleaner, I've had bits of steel wool end up in my tint before. Some people use them just fine, and that's great if you love them, but for me, they're just not quite for me. So, you know, I'll show you how to use a razor blade, and also that this is safe maybe on the back window, and also some paper towel is now a thing that I do regularly, so I'll show you that too. Alright, so I sprayed some water on my back window. Now I have my 1-inch razor blade. Now I'm going to hold it at an angle like this. A little bit difficult to see, but as you can see, it's just real close to the glass, and you're just going to take it and scrape. Pretty easy. You're going to hear little scrapes of stuff as you go by if the windows are a bit older. You're not scratching the glass, you're merely just taking off slight imperfections and dirt pieces in the glass. And that's all there is to it. Now, you don't want to cut it like this. You don't want to go straight on like that. You want to have it at an angle and put some pressure on the glass. So you're just gliding the blade over it, kind of like you're shaving. Now that I have my window razor bladed, now I'm going to take actually just some lint-free paper towel. You can get it anywhere, same with razor blades, hardware stores, typically this anywhere. If you can't find paper towel, you're hopeless. So, I'm just going to take the paper towel and like wipe it in these rubber seals, because you'll see all that dirt, and sometimes it's a lot worse than that, and you just want to take it and go all the way around. See? Look at that. Ugh. Okay, so you want to take the paper towel, go all the way around, because razor blades, they don't really scrape this too well, so it's really better to use a scrub pad in the black areas if you get something excessive. But, you know, as far as that goes, that really just, paper towels really just scoop up the excess dirt, keep it a little bit cleaner. If they're lint-free, you know, they're not going to leave a bunch of little pieces behind. So, you know, keep that in mind. That's why you want to use the lint-free ones. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to, you know, prepping the back window, other than actually squeegeeing it off and then spraying it down again and then tinting it. But, you know, that's, those are some things that are safe for back glasses. Okay, so this is really why I use razor blades on just about every window, because you don't know when you're going to run into this, but it's more prevalent in some windows than others, and that is these right in here. See this little black grit right here? Yeah, watch this. See how it scrapes off? That's a lot more difficult to do with any sort of scrub pad, but listen. That's not the window scratching. It is literally all that black crap and stuff getting scraped out of the window. And you just don't get that same kind of clean with just a regular scrub pad. Not unless you work at it for quite some time. So, the main reason you're going to use a scrub pad over a razor blade is to save the defrosters, because these will obviously screw up your defrosters, whereas the right kind of scrub pads will not. Also, it's kind of awkward to get a razor blade behind here. You can't really like squeeze your hand in and the razor blade's too short, so you can take your Olfa knife, use the blade, kind of curve it against the glass, and use it as an extended razor blade. Now I like to keep it sharp so I don't use it for typically the entire window. Every once in a while I will, but that's just another little thing that you can do to keep your windows clean. Alright, see that trash can? Yeah. I wasn't trying to hit it. Okay, so this window right here, let me flip you guys around, was prepped. And you might think it's clean and ready to go, but one thing that I've really noticed lately is these seals will appear to be clean. You run your hand over them, not really get anything. But as soon as you spray them down, take a paper towel, wipe it on the inside of the seal, you get a bunch of shit. So, something you guys should do. Something I've been doing lately too. Make sure all the rubber seals are wiped down, and as soon as I get some felt seals, I'll throw up a video showing you what you should do for them too.